Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. We're going to check out Paul Simon, Still Crazy After All These Years. I saw this recommendation in the comments. I said, now that's a title I can relate to. I don't even know what the song is about, but I'm already appropriating it for myself. You think when you get older, you're going to get less crazy, but I think I've fully embraced it right now. This is the first song on his fourth studio album with the same name. Still crazy after all these years. So, all right, man, let's jump in. Looking forward to this one.
I met my old lover on the street last night. She seemed so glad to see me. I just smiled, and we talked about some old times, and we drank ourselves some beers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. I'm not the kind of man who tends to socialize. I seem to lean on old familiar ways, and I ain't no fool for love songs that whisper in my ears. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. 4 in the morning, crapped out, yawning, longing my life away. I never worry, why should I? It's all gonna fade. Now I sit by my window and I watch the cars. I fear I'll do some damage one fine day, but I would not be convicted by jury of my peers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy. Still crazy. Still crazy after all these years.
Nice. That's a beautiful song. I love that musical intermezzo there. Um, there's a type of wood instrument, maybe some type of flute came in first, which was really nice. Strings came in, and then that sax solo just to finish it off. You know, you get a sense of yearning as well because of the music, and even in Paul Simon's vocals, right? You get a little bit that little bit of a rasp, just slightly, you know, a little bit of extra breathiness, but also experience in love and life, and you feel it, man. You just feel it throughout this song. What a great opener! You get a little bit of a melancholy feeling as well in the vocals, in the music, and of course in the storytelling. Great writing. The man can write. We already discovered that here. Well, I'm saying we. You already knew, but I'm discovering it. So yeah, first it's reflecting on an old lover, right? You meet him in the street, you talk a little bit, you reflect on old times. Oh yeah, still crazy after all these years. And it's like ambiguous if it's like maybe we're still a little bit crazy about each other. Maybe we're both still crazy. Maybe she's still crazy. But then later, we move on from that person, and we're reflecting on life, and there's some lines that really spoke to me. And I'm not the kind of man who tends to socialize and leaning into old familiar ways. It's easy, it's comfortable, whether that's crazy ways or just not going outside, for different strokes for different folks. And he's not naive in terms of love. I'm no fool for these love songs, these idealized versions of it. So I'm still crazy after all these years. Maybe that's why I haven't found it yet. I'm not conforming. And then it's almost like looking at life. Like, what's the point anyway? Because I'm longing my life away right now. I'll never worry. Why should I? It's all gonna fade anyway. Maybe I'm still living that fast life or whatever it is. Uh, and then there's this self-destructiveness in it. Maybe I'll do some damage one fine day watching the cars go by. uh there's a defiance there. I'm again not conforming, still crazy after all these years, but I would not be convicted by a jury of my peers. He's maybe there would be an understanding. The peers, whether that's in music, the musical peers, or just peers, people of my generation, people of my age, just people in my environment, uh, they would understand. Uh, Beautiful, man. Yeah, definitely a lot of lines in here that many of us can probably relate to. Uh, Sometimes there's a period in life you try to be less crazy because society tells you, or less outgoing or less yourself. You try to conform and do the blueprint, that society laid out before you were born. And then you come across later in life, you have that realization, you know what? No, no, no. We're going to be back to myself and not worry so much about being accepted by others, but more about accepting yourself, which is you have more peace of mind of than worrying about all that other stuff. Yeah, man, good stuff. So this is the first track on this album, huh? Hey, I might just check out the second track. Let me know if you have any other recommendations for Paul Simon, um, and albums. This is his fourth album. I don't know what the consensus or opinion is, what his best albums are. I don't know. Uh, I'm slowly learning about all these things, but this title spoke to me, and I definitely want to continue. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.